Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Raven here. Today we're going to do part 2 of the New Heroes Adventures, which is our new party. We've got our characters all made up. I did it over the last couple days so that it wouldn't be just boring videos of staring at nothing while we did notes and math. So we will go ahead and start off by rolling a d10 and seeing what plant monster. Alright, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright. Got my music playing in the background. I've got the plant type creature pulled up. And let's go ahead and begin. We are starting off in the new adventuring guild hall that is here in the year of 1000 of the new world of Vextrion, as our 4 characters and 6 others all enter the adventuring guild hall. The guild master makes an announcement saying, "Welcome all who are willing to put their life on the line and become an adventurer for the guild, the Black Boar. Now, in order to become a member, you must first complete a task of killing the following plant type creature within the forest about a month's travel away." And then he pulls out a helmet, and it's filled with a bunch of scraps of paper. And then he points at another member of the guild who is a wizard, and he takes off his hat, and he uses a spell, and he fills his hat up with a bunch of scraps of paper. And the guild leader says, "Inside the hat will be a number. Those who pull the same number will be grouped together as a temporary party for this mission. And in this helmet is the scrap of paper with the name of the plant type creature and the amount that each member of the party must slay and bring back proof of their slaying in order to become a member of the guild." So let's go ahead and roll a d4 real quick. So 2. So each member will have to kill 2. And everyone pulls from the hat and gets grouped together. And then we end up, all 4 of us get grouped together. And I've got my notes right here. We are Drakesion Vexra, Gobsy, and then Eddie or Edward. And as we like look around at each other, like as two of us are like humanoid dragons. One's a goblin and the other one is a human, but he is from a clan that makes him glow orange light like the sun. And we all like look at each other and we're like, well, I guess we're a party. Let's get this shit done. What's it say we gotta kill? And Gobsy says, well, it says we've gotta kill 2 killer cabbages each. I have no clue what a killer cabbage is. Do any of you guys know what a killer cabbage is? And Vexra, she pops up and says, well, they're kind of exactly what they sound like. They're cabbages that, well, come to life and kill people. The farmers in my village on the entrance to the forest have been dealing with them for the past 5 or 10 years. They're quite a nuisance during this time of the year. We normally do hire adventurers to come and help, so it makes sense that this would be a first mission to qualify for if you're strong enough in the guild or not. That makes sense. And so the rest of us are like, oh, well, then you know exactly what they look like and where we're heading? Cool. We'll let you be the default leader on this mission. Go ahead and lead the way. And she's like, alright, cool. So, do we all have, like, supplies for, like, a month's travel? Or, like, do we need to go to the market? We should probably get, like, a carriage or something, you know? And, Eddie and, let's see his name. There it is. Draxio. Eddie and Draxio both speak up, and they're like, well, I mean, we are dragons. We can fly faster than any damn carriage that you guys are gonna be able to purchase, as long as you're trusting enough to hop on and don't fucking let go, 'cause I can change my size and get fucking huge, but I'm not letting you put a damn saddle on me. And they're like, alright, sounds good. And they're like, cool, we'll make it there in like 3 days. Just show us the direction, and, you know, whichever one of us that you're riding on will have in the front, and the other will follow your lead. And she's like, alright, cool. How am I supposed to talk to you when we're like flying that fast and like stuff like that? And we all like Uh, Good question. And then, let's see, we'll say Gobsy. Gobsy walks up to, walks away from the conversation and walks up to the Guildmaster and says, "Hey, Guildmaster, do you happen to have, any, like, scroll or ring or, like, earring or, anything that can, make a telepathic bond for, say, like, a week?" And he goes, well, we do, but you're not a member of the guild yet, and so I can't, put it on your guild tab. So, how about this? I will give you one scroll. It works on a group of 4. It will last 7 days. However, if you come back from this mission and complete it and become official members of the guild, you will not receive rewards for your first 3 missions, because these scrolls are quite expensive. And Gobsy goes, let me go talk to the rest of the group real quick. And the Guildmaster says, "That's reasonable. Good thing you didn't make a decision without your party." And so Gobsy goes over and she's like, "Hey guys, the Guildmaster says he's got a scroll of telepathy that'll last for a week on a group of 4. But the only catch is if we complete the mission, we don't get paid for our first 3 quests." And we're all like, well, I mean, Drakesio's like, "Oh, I'm not really here for pay. I'm here for the glory and renown of my name being known as a hero. For I am a dragon who wants to be loved, not feared." And his brother Eddie is like, "I'm just here because, well, as a dragon, when you come of age, it's a rite of passage for you to travel the world for 100 years and gain strength and knowledge, and then you're allowed back in the Dragon Kingdom. You can go back for visits, but you can't live there while you're on your adventure. So I'm just doing whatever. And since my brother wanted to become an adventurer, I decided, fuck it. It sounds fun. Let's do it." And Vexia, she's like, "I don't really care about monetary value as long as I can help save some people. I'm okay with that. That's the whole reason I want to become an adventurer." And Gobsy's like, "Alright, cool, go tell the Guildmaster." And so she runs over, she tells the Guildmaster. The Guildmaster's like, "Alright, cool." And he like pulls out a magic contract. She signs it. And then he gives her the scroll and she brings it over. And she is like, "Alright, when should we activate it?" And Eddie's like, "We should activate it once we're up in the air on our way there." And she is like, "Alright, awesome." And so we all go outside, and Drakeo and Eddie both use their draconic blood to change their size from medium to huge, and they become massive, like, we'll say 45 feet tall by 75 feet long, from tip of the nose to tip of the tail, with a wingspan of 250 feet. And as they transform, they like take their like tail and one of them wraps it around Vexia and like puts her up on his back, and says, and then the other does the same thing for Gobsy. And Eddie is like, all right, Vexia, where are we going? And she's like, she points in the direction of the forest, and we'll say right here is the town that we're traveling to, and it normally takes a month, but it only takes us 3 days because of our flying speed. And so we'll see if we notice anything happening on like the ground and stuff as we're flying, or if anything happens as like we stop to like make camp and rest for the night. So first off, so the first day, as we're like flying around, we don't see anything. But that was a 14. I accidentally knocked that over. It was a 14, not a 10. And so as we are like flying through the air, relaxing, just talking, planning about what we're gonna do. We're like, we see the sun starting to come down, so we're like, all right, let's go and, scope out a spot and land and like get a freaking camp set up for the night before it gets too dark. And so we land, and as we land, let's see, there it is, 3, alright, let's see, my notes, I've got note cards, alright, so, let's see if they're scared. A 99. Wow. This merchant caravan has balls. Holy shit. So as these 2 huge dragons come swooping fucking down out of the sky and come crashing down onto the ground so hard that it creates like a 5-foot crater where each of their footprints would be, and it like rumbles the earth and causes like a small earthquake for about a 5-mile radius. And it, like, causes all of their stuff to, like, get knocked over, and the horses start, like, screaming and bucking and, like, getting spooked and trying to run off. These caravan merchants just, like, grab all the horses and tie them up and grab stuff and like pull on like ropes to like make it not fall over, as like others are like holding on the other side. and they just like look in amazement at these two dragons as a goblin climbs off the back of one, and a woman that is glowing like the sun, because I misspoke earlier. Vextria is the one that is the sun glowing person, not the other dude. So she like steps off with her hair glowing bright orange and beams of light from her eyes. And this caravan's like, what the fuck's going on? Holy crap. Do you guys want to trade for some dragon scales? We'll like do pretty much anything that's not horrendous for a single dragon scale. And Eddie and Drakeo both look at each other, and because they're brothers, and with our telepathic link that's active now, we like talk to each other in our minds. We're like, well, I mean, they instantaneously grow back, so I mean, it's not like it would hurt us, but I mean, the magic in our scales is really fucking potent. I don't know if we should just like give it to some random caravan people. Should we make a deal with them, brother? That's what Drakeo says. And let's see, Eddie's like, sure, why not? We've got 100 years to take the scales back, if anything happens, or longer. It's not like these humans are gonna last that long, so fuck it, why not? Let's have some fun, see what they make with them. And so Eddie, since he is the younger brother, but the one that is better with communication, he looks at the merchants and he goes, well, you're obviously a merchant caravan. You obviously aren't afraid of dragons or a goblin, which is kind of weird. But also, you know, shows you've probably been through some shit, or have at least seen some shit, or your caravan's been around for a long time and you've been passing down ancestral stories. So, I mean, just for not being afraid of us, we instantly considered it, but we need to know that, since we're trying to become heroes and all, we need to know that these scales aren't going to be used for mischievous deeds, like ever. So, we'll give you a scale underneath a binding draconic blood contract, stating that if any of you within the caravan willingly allow this to be used for mischievous purposes, then a curse will rebound against all of you. So, if you guys are okay with that, then go ahead and talk it over. We're going to set up camp and go ahead and come over whenever you're done deliberating. So, we'll see. 32. By the time we're done setting up camp, they come over and they go, well, we talked about it and we decided that even though we don't plan to use it for nefarious deeds, we can never truly know if someone's going to betray us or not, since we are a big group, and thus the elders have wisely decided that a curse upon all for the evil acts of one is not something they are willing to subject the tribe to, even if it is the power of the most magical creatures on the planet. And we both look at him and go, well, no sweat off our backs. Okay, cool. We'll see you guys in the morning, maybe as we're taking our stuff down and getting ready to leave. So, yeah. If that's all, then we'd like to get some rest. We've been flying all day. And he's like, yeah, sorry, I'll go. And then we rest for the night. We wake up. We get all of our stuff all packed up and ready. We transform and become big and get Gobsy and Bexnia on our backs, and off we go. And let's see, throughout the day, it's just another nice, peaceful day of flying. That's a 71. And that is a 25. So, once again, as we're coming down to set up camp, a 5. Okay. Oh, that is a group of... I have to come all the way down here, right here. That is a group of wolves. Let's see. Oh, wrong dice. This dice. 7. There is a pack of 7 wolves in the area that we have located and determined to be probably the best spot for us to set up for the night, other than the fact that there are 7 wolves there. And so let's see, I got the wolves pulled up. Alright. Alright, the wolves are going to... We're going to do this for the whole group. That's an 84. Okay, so they save this. They make a successful save, so they only take half. So, but that's for 1. Hold on. And then 60. Okay, so yeah. So for both. So they essentially take full, but it's half from one, half from the other. As the Dragon brothers, Eddie and Draxio, see this pack of 7 wolves, and they're like, hold on tight and and like, don't get scared. As Draxio like opens his mouth and inhales a bunch of air, and then he lets loose a massive roar as a burst of air slashes come raining down in the area, hitting all of the, hitting the pieces of, the road and trees, and just, slashing trees in half. It hits the road and smashes into it, creating, a 2.5 foot deep crater that's 15 feet long and 3 inches or 3 feet wide for each of the wind blades that's unleashed from his draconic wind breath, and each of the there it is, this one. Each of the 7 will take 5d10 plus our highest ability modifier, so 10, 18, 22, so 20, 32, 34, 44, 45, and last roll, 49, and then Draxio's highest ability modifier is plus 4, so 53. Ooh, as these wind blades all hit and smack into the ground and the trees and start ripping up the road and the end this end of the forest that the trees have started to grow into over the last 1,000 years, because now it's just a walking trail. The whole area is forest, except here is the guild, and then this is a town that's attached to the guild. It's all one area now, and this is all forest. The whole rest of it is all forest now, throughout the past 1,000 years, and except bits and pieces this little town settlement we're heading to. And the wolves end up getting chunks of their flesh just slashed off in bits and pieces here. 1 or 2 of them lose a leg, 1 or 2 of them lose an ear, one loses a tail, the other one gets slashed across the back, and they are all dropped significantly down, because that was 53, and so yeah, they're all at 17 health, and that's before Eddie uses his magic breath. So that's 1, 3, 11, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 28. Oh, that was a 5. 29, 33, 132, 33. That's a lot. I keep rolling 5s. 36, and that's a 7. So 38, and then Eddie's sheet. Oh yeah, that's right. Eddie's sheet's in this one. Eddie's. So, see, it's 38 plus his 8. So, 46 plus his base damage of 27. So, 46, 66, 67, 68, 69, 71, 62, 70. So, 73. So, that alone kills them because they only have 70 health. But anyway, Eddie opens up his mouth as the underbelly of his chest and his throat begin to bulge outward like a frog's and begin to glow purple as it like ripples up his throat, and then he opens his mouth and unleashes a massive one, let's see, it is a 120 foot cone magic purple beam of just pure magic energy that blasts the area and creates a huge 120 foot crater in the ground in both depth and diameter, and it just obliterates all the trees and the animals in the area, killing everything, ripping up the ground asunder, and in the ashes of the crater is just dead creatures' bones, broken trees, and broken earthly rubble, all faintly glowing in a light purple hue, as if burning from embers. And then, let's see how Gobsy and Bextria react. So they react fine. They're like, holy shit, I mean, I always heard that dragons were the most powerful creatures in the world. One, I never thought I'd fucking meet one, let alone be riding on one's back, let alone be teamed up with one, let alone see its power firsthand. Holy shit. And Eddie just like looks over at his brother and he goes, why didn't you finish them? And Draxio goes, well, because I was thinking about eating them for dinner. And Eddie's like, dude, we have rations. You don't, just because we're dragons don't mean you have to be a fucking monster. And he's like, you know, you're right, brother, you're right. We shouldn't just be eating random wolves. And he's like, no, dude, it's shit like that that makes humans afraid of us. Like, come on, we're trying to be heroes. Get the stigma of dragon fear from humanity away, not add to it. Like, come on. And he's just like, yeah, well, I mean, can we at least, like, hunt some boars or, like, some deer or something? He's like, yeah, that's fine. We don't need to be eating wild ass fucking dogs. What's your problem, bro? And he's like, well, I mean, I am a dragon. He's like, yeah, I know we're dragons, but we're, like, you know, the most powerful creatures on the fucking planet. We shouldn't be just picking on wolves. You have a responsibility to use your power for good. Like, why do you think Dad kicked out the old generals and kingdom when he overthrew Grandpa? Because for like 1,000 years, dragons pillaged people's farms, eating their livestock and eating them and just ravaging the lands because they could, because nothing can stop us. We're fucking invincible unless something has magic. You literally can't hurt us without magic. So, like, think about what you're doing before you just, make us all look bad. And make the guild that you're trying to join look bad. And he's like, I didn't think of it that way. And he's like, yeah, I know you fucking didn't, dude. That's why I'm saying something. You're the one that wanted to be an adventurer and be a hero, so I'm here trying to support you and fucking do this shit together. You gotta remember, dude, we're dragons. We'll live longer than any of these creatures that are on this planet. By the time we're like 600 and our teenage years are like over, then like the only thing that's on this earth that's gonna even remember us is like the elves. So, like, I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want, but do you really want our kind to be hated forever? We have a chance. We have 100-year journey that Father put us on. We have a chance. For 100 years, there are some humans that live past 100 years. We can make some connections and really make a change in this world. And be true heroes like you're wanting. And they're talking about all this as they are getting camp set up and before they go to bed and sleep for the night. And then we wake up in the morning and we're like, alright, dudes, we're on our last leg of the journey. Is there anything like we should know about the town you're from, Vextria? And she says, well, actually, yeah, they are afraid of dragons. The only reason I wasn't afraid of you guys is, well, honestly, only because you were inside the guild hall. And so if I would have seen you anywhere else, I probably would have shit myself, screamed, and tried to kill you. My village is, well, like you guys have been talking about for the past day, one of those villages that just so happened to used to get pillaged all the time. But, I mean, like you said, for the past 100 years or so, it hasn't been attacked by dragons. And now I know why, which is cool. I never thought I would learn that. So, thank you of the learning about the piece of dragon history, you guys. And we're like, well, I mean, we can, we can become a human, but, I mean, Draxio's like, I can only become a human for 4 hours. I can be in my human form for 4 hours. And Eddie's like, I can be in my human form for 8 hours. So, I mean, looks like we've got 4 hours to get this shit done, guys. And Vexia's like, wait, dragons can take human form? And we both start like laughing and bellowing so hard that the ground begins to rumble and shake, and we're like, yeah, dragons can of course we can. And they stop it at that. And so they're like, all right, should we, like, I mean, where should we transform at? Is there any, fuck, dude, we're gonna, like, destroy the trees and shit if we try and land in the forest. Well, I guess we're gonna have to add an extra 2 days travel and walk the rest of the way. And just, keep our human forms, active is like as soon as they drop, we'll have to reactivate it and hope no one just like randomly sees a human turn into a dragon, turn back into a human. Because that's about all we can do. And Vexnia's like, well, I mean, I guess it's a solid plan. Or, you guys could, land outside the village at my house's farm. We'll do VF, or my house family's farm. And, my father used to be an adventurer. I don't, he's the one that wanted me to be an adventurer. Became a farmer, in retirement years. So, I don't think he'd, have a problem with you guys, being in your dragon form on the farm. Our farm's about a day's travel from the village. We're about a day's travel outside the village, inside the woods. So, I mean, if you guys want to do that, we could always do that. And, how about it? And, let's see. Draxio is not keen on the idea because she said her father was an adventurer. And Eddie is like, no, dude, like, that's the whole reason we should go, is she said her dad was an adventurer. He might be offstandish, but at least he's not going to be, like, afraid of us, or, like, I mean, if he is afraid, at least he's not going to be afraid like the townspeople. I'd rather have a cautious adventurer than a bunch of townspeople that get on my nerves, and I have to do the heroic thing and try to not kill them, because we're trying to be heroes, and trying to change our stigma. And so we're like, all right, cool. So we will go and we will fly, and we'll see if a 23. So yes, so something. Oh, it's more. Okay, so that's actually perfect. More wolves. So as we come to fly down and land at Vextria's farm, her father and mother and her little brother and her little sister are all outside fighting against a pack of 9 wolves, and that have all decided to circle and attack their property, and it looks like the wolves are like trying to get into the livestock area. And so Eddie will come, and he will come smashing down onto the ground and use a bite. And since we're on our huge, that is, ooh, nice, that targets 6 of them. And ooh, that's going to be 5d10 plus 8 plus our 27. So, so 27, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So we're at 34 already. 38, 42, 46. So 48, 49, 50, 51, 56, 59, 69, 2 more rolls, and that's death. As Eddie comes landing down on the ground with Vexnia on his back, and she screams, "Mama, Papa, I'm here!" And then Eddie just like chomps on these 6 wolves and just like starts chewing on them as he swallows them, and then he makes telepathic link to Drakesio, and he's like, "These ones, brother, you can eat." And so Drakesio does the same thing, and he slams down and lands in front of the remaining 3. And let's see, last time I forgot his base attack, which is a 10 and 4, so he starts out at 14, 18, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 41, 46, 53, okay, so 62, 69, 71, and that's death. And as Drakesio lands down and scoops up the other 3 wolves in his jaws and smashes down, blood squirting everywhere as the sound of the crunching and bones can be echoed throughout the small farm land as Eddie and Drexia both swallow simultaneously. And then Gabi and Vexnia climb down, and Vexnia runs up to her parents, giving them a hug, and says, "Oh, Father, Mother, I'm glad we made it here on time." And her dad's like, "Well, thank you, dragons, for I do not know your name, but I am indebted to you for saving my family." And me, Eddie, and Drakeo both are just like, "It's all good, man. Your daughter said that we could crash here for the night until we travel for a day into the village and defeat some killer cabbages as per guild request." And he's like, "The village is terrified of dragons." Oh, and then we just like look at him, and we both transform into humans, and both Gobsy, Vexnia, her mom, dad, and little brother and sister, all of their jaws drop, and they're like, what? That works, I guess." And then we turn back into our dragon forms. And he goes, "It won't be a problem. As long as it don't take any more than 4 hours, because he can only hold his form for 4 hours. I can hold mine for 8. And so Drexio's like, "It's not gonna take us 4 hours to get rid of some killer cabbages, brother. We only need to kill 2 each. We've already taken out 2 whole packs of wolves on the way here just by breathing and taking a bite. We'll be fine." And Eddie's like, you're right. As long as we don't waste time in town and lose track of time, brother, looking at all the shiny shit. "Well, we're dragons. I like shiny things." "Yeah, I do too, but I don't try and look for every magic item in every land of everywhere." And he says, "Well, neither do I. We've only been here and the Draconic Mountains, so now you're just being an ass." And with that, as they all settle down for the night and get some dinner in them and bunker down, we will wake up in the morning. We will travel for a day through the woods on a mostly safe pathway that has been used by Vexnia's family for about the past 100 years. 10. More wolves. Wow. 7. And as we're walking, we see a pack of wolves. And, okay, that's good. These wolves can still smell the blood of the other wolves from the days before on our breath. And so the second they smell that, they run away. And we end up arriving just outside the town before nightfall. we can make it to town, but we decide not to, so we can set up camp and then go into town as dragons and like keep or as humans and keep our disguise up for as long as it takes. And with that, we will end the session. Like, subscribe, share, and join us for more adventures as next time we go to hunt down and kill some killer cabbages.